anytime you come off two straight defeats, I think there's a time where you start to, battle a little confidence. Unfortunately, I thought, we really came out ready to go. The last 4 or 5 minutes of the first half, as I told our team, we got to figure out why we're good, or what makes us good. And I thought we lost that at the end of the first half. And so once we did that, I think Miami felt like, hey, we're right there. They came out and played with a lot more confidence in the second half. It's very interesting playing them. As you guys saw, they just space the floor and go one-on-one, and they have some guys that can make some shots. And, again, they end up shooting 27%, 25% from the three, but it doesn't make you feel much better when, you're up 7 or 8 and they're launching threes from 32 feet. So we got to be better offensively. We were really good in the first 15 minutes. Our team has to figure out, and I have to figure out, why that is. Why are we good in the first 15 minutes and couldn't sustain it? And as I suspect, I really feel like it's because our team has to figure out this is what makes us good.
Chris, your 15-4 run to end it, Darius made 3 or 4 really good plays, the drive and one, and then the kick out to Ryan.
Yep. No, Darius did a great job. He's been playing a little bit more off the ball, but the value of him being able to play both on and off the ball showed tonight. He was by far our best point guard, and I think at times that position gets maligned for us, and we may have to do it by committee. And each of those guys have shown during different periods of time that they can do the job, but they haven't been consistent like we need them to be. But it was great to see Darius as a junior step up and make some plays down the stretch, not just on the offensive end, Jody, but also on the defensive end.
Jordan matched his season high in rebounds and had 4 assists after 2 games with 0. Have you gotten through to him that he needs to do more than score, or what's changed?
Well, I would tell you that the assist deal would probably be a little unfair to anybody the last 2 games, simply because you're playing a team that doesn't allow, both of those teams don't allow a lot of passing. They deny everything 1 pass away. So your assists as a team, for the most part, are going to be low unless you got a dynamic, playmaking dude. But I think, I've had several talks with Jordan about affecting the game in more ways than just scoring, and I really feel like he's tried to do that the last couple games, and we need him to understand what makes him good is doing just that, and not just the scoring. We need it all from him. We need him to play on the defensive end. We need him to rebound. We need him to make great decisions with the ball. We need him to play like a junior. And I think the last couple games he's really responded and done that.
It's evident because of the way they're playing, but what do you like about the way you're using Malik and back and forth and about even minutes and so forth?
Yeah, we tried to go to Steven. I think without watching on film, it just felt like being down there, he was settling for 8-foot jump hooks instead of 3 feet. And again, I know Rodney Miller's a big dude, and I know he's trying to push Steven out, but Steven's got to be able to seal deeper. The best move is no move. Shaq showed that years ago. And, if we can establish Steve deeper and lower with some movement on the perimeter. I thought in the beginning of the second half our guys weren't moving around much, and they were trying to throw the ball into Steve and 4 guys staring at him. So, Malik comes in, he provides some things defensively, and he was a lot more assertive around the basket in the second half offensively, and that's what I need to see out of him.
What did it mean to have other scorers besides Jordan contributing? Like Darius Slade and Malik, guys like that.
Yeah, we need our older players, guys that are very experienced. We need them stepping up offensively. And if we're playing together, if we're pushing the ball, if we're moving the ball when we are in the half court, if we're screening from one another, and the ball gets reversed from side to side, we'll get some good stuff. And I think we did that in the first 15 minutes and maybe the last 5 minutes, but we've got to be more consistent.
You went a really long stretch with just one basketball game. I don't know, do you feel like getting back into kind of a rhythm of playing might be to your advantage too?
Yeah, it's a little odd, to say the least. You're in January and you have 6-7 days off. It's a little odd, but contrary to some, I don't make the schedule.
How has Ryan responded to coming off the bench, and how nice was it to see him sink that big three there at the
It
end?
was really nice, but I really, outside of the three that he hit, I really liked how he played with some emotion and some fire. You know, I think he needs to do that. You know, this is how he's going to be. This is his senior year. You know, you only get one senior year. You know, other guys will be back. But this is, you know, Ryan's last time on the floor, Dwayne's last time on the floor. How do you want to be remembered? And we all know Ryan can shoot. You know, he's gone through a little bit of a slump, but he's got to bring those other things to the table. You know, how much does it mean? I talk to our guys, you know, how you run the race is often determined by how much the race means to you. And it was good to see Ryan play with a lot of passion and talk to his teammates. And I need that from all of the older guys.
When you're trying to bring somebody like Sam Williamson along, and he had some good moments offensively tonight, but then he has a sequence where he had that ugly turnover and then, you know, fouls the three-point shooter. What's the challenge, or how do you get the message across to somebody like that, especially when he's coming off the floor after a tough sequence?
It's hard, man. It's hard. You know, you sit in my seat. It's hard. You know, you want to be able to get him out there and play through mistakes and become experienced. You know, the same mistakes that, you know, older guys have made when they were younger. But you know, I do know that I have to play him. I'm gonna have to live with some of those. But they're gonna have to know that, like, make too many of them, you're not gonna be in the game very long. Not at this level. We're trying to win, and I'm trying to get a deeper team. But you know, quite honestly, he and David made some bonehead plays in the second half, and I don't care if they're a freshman or not. We're trying to win, and so they got to be better. They got to be better. And I'm gonna keep putting them out there, but they got to be better.
Coach Dwayne played a lot better tonight. He had 9 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. What was the message you had for him and from last game compared to now? And what do you think the difference was in his play tonight?
I don't know if I really had, if I was being very honest, a message to strictly Dwayne. Dwayne's a guy I don't worry about. He's always going to be doing it for the right reason. You know, he's always going to play for his teammates. I do get on him at practice to be more vocal. You know, to be more of a leader. I think that's what we lack at times. And he's been through so many experiences. Guys on the team respect the heck out of him because they know he plays for Louisville, and that's never in question. But you know, when he gets close to double figures or scores double figures and rebounds the way he did tonight, it changes our team. And so it's good to see him respond.
You were speaking earlier about your conversations with Jordan. Do you think that anything that happened either during or shortly after the Kentucky game changed the way he approaches the game?
I think he took a long look at, you know, how he affected the team. You know, we certainly pointed it out on film, but he's a smart kid. But, you know, you got to have a willingness to change as well. And, you know, he is a guy that does care about his teammates and does care about winning. And he's become so much of a better player from last year to this year that, you know, the strides he's made on the defensive end, I mean, all you got to do is pop in a tape from a year ago. So I know he wants to become better. And I say this all the time, if he could do it without me instructing and teaching and coaching and mentoring, then he wouldn't need a coach. And so I think he's finding what he needs to do to affect the game, and that's great to see.
One more in the back. From that last game with Florida State, you mentioned how you thought the team was just flat out manhandled. Did you see a definitive improvement in that, and how was that handled during the week, and how was it important to get this win before the stretch of home games here or road games in the conference?
Getting wins always important. Not important because they're at home or on the road. Every game that we play to win. I would tell you that you know, Florida State is an excellent team, and you know, hopefully we learned a lesson, and hopefully we become better because of it. You know, and I think we will be. You know, tonight we were the first 15, 16 minutes of the game were as good as we've been all year, and you know, for the next 8 or 10 minutes we weren't. So again, as a coach, you're always trying to improve your team, and I thought we took a step forward in a lot of ways tonight.